Hey guys, what's up? What's good? What's happening? Yes, it's your boy Taki. Today's Thursday motivation is I don't know, you're out there going through a lot, trying to make sure life works for you. It's possible that it could just be whatever it is, accommodation, phone issues. Like you don't know what God has done for you if you have to charge your phone once and the charge. Unlike you have to use like issues like I know someone that use power bank to charge phone. Like you have to put the base on power bank. They use another power bank to top assist the head. They have to tweet. The phone have to be like on the equilibrium. Well, anyways, if you're that person, trust me, help is coming. Help is coming your way. Just keep doing it. Keep doing that stuff you're doing. Yeah, just like you say, what's that word again? Now, give up, and if you give up, there's an effort that follows that. So if you give up, you're the one that have done yourself no good on that one. So just keep doing that stuff. Trust me, help is on the way. One day you'll probably have to use an iPhone. That either way, the phone will charge regardless. Anyway, this is welcome you guys to Go to Life News, where I bring you updates concerning music and that's across the country. Straight up today, we'll begin with obviously you know who, talking about David. Oh, amazing guy, doing good for himself. So I enjoyed the project. Timeless Project 17 track, inclusive of Over Them Feel in the Garden. It had Moravi on that one. Godfather, which according to Davido said this is his best song of the project. They said Godfather, and for some reasons it's still yet to sink in. But Godfather, according to Davido, that's his best song of the project. We have Unavailable, we have Bop with Tester Dabs, we have It Pain Me, we have Away, Precision, Kante, Namoni, You Jojo, No Competition, Picasso, For the Road, Legend Can Never Die, and obviously for the last one we have Champion Sound, which had Focalistic on that one. Amazing one for Davido. We saw where at the moment to show that he actually came out to say he's bringing in people from all over walks of life to make sure they are. If you're on the project, he's going to fly you down for the performance on the 23rd day of April, and then we're going to be seeing the likes of Fave, Moravi, the new beautiful lady at the MW at the moment. We're going to be seeing Ashake, the Cavemen, Logos Olori, we're going to see Skepta. Skepta is going to be around live and live performing. Desta Dabs, Musa Keys. From Musa Keys, I want to see him perform. I want to compare and contrast. Was it one singing? And it's going to be a live performance, trust me. I want to see Musa Keys do a live performance to be sure that he was the one really singing on that day. We have Focalistic, and obviously, last but not the least, we have Angelique Kijo going to be around on that day. The question is, who are you excited to see the most? Which of these guys are you excited to see on that day? For me, I want to just say David do his thing, basically. Moving on, we saw yesterday it was all refresh on social media. Everywhere was buzzing. Everybody was talking about it. We saw where one of the popular blogger talking about Hello Twetwe, if you know what that means. She actually came out, or he or she came out to actually claim that, though no name attached, but then the person said all indications were pointing to Davido saying got someone pregnant and his wife moved from the apartment, but she's back. But then, just lead clip and all of that. And then we saw that popular media house coming out to confirm it, saying that person might just be Davido. And people came out saying, you know what, that's very, very insensitive of you because no name was mentioned. Why will you put a name to it at this point? And then, it was in a mix of Davido just trying to get himself back and all of that, being okay, trying to be happy, being in places where we'll give him joy and all of that, and then you are bringing this one up again. Some fans did not really want to see this one at all. Moving on to Sawa Davido, in response to all of that, had a tweet saying over them all, basically. And then one of the song lines where he had said, they say he follows woman, and I was like, should he follow man? And they were like, they should not mind the rumors and all of that. So maybe he saw it coming, and you obviously know that they will talk about it. But then he's saying over them all is what he's saying to us at this point. We saw DJ Tunes also doing that thing over them. So obviously Davido is saying, forget this whole situation. I'm over the situation and let's focus. We saw Davido was in Paris recently. Yesterday, Davido's trip has been amazing because it's going to be in Nigeria 21st for a different event. So they thought this concert it was at the US recently and the UK recently. It was in Nigeria till like 2 days ago, and then people were like, okay, this guy's in Nigeria at the moment, and now he's back in France. So those trips have just been like everywhere he's there. But then it was in France to receive a plaque for the song Fall, an amazing one. Fall is like an old song, but then still doing good and still getting certifications. We say congratulations to Davido on this one. We saw where funny how Gotten came out to actually speak to the press, and then Gotten came out to say, you know what, 30BG and FC is all love. The argument is over. The debate is over. The fight is over. He said, now in this department, it is all love and light. Like, not they're done with the whole 30BG. He said, now it's all done because Whiskey has come out to say that Whiskey has come out to say and agree to the fact that you guys should go stream Davido's song. So obviously they are not fighting. And then it was going to spill it. It was going to spill something. And it was like, for the show, if it's going to be around, so I was like, his voice was like, don't worry. But then I was like, don't, I won't spill the tea yet. But then I have something I'm busy for you guys. I'm working on something. So it's making the whole thing look like, would Whiskey be around for the show? Anyways, let's leave that to see. 23rd will be sure whether Whiskey will be around, or obviously Whiskey would not be around. Anyways, on the 21st of April, Davido is going to have his meet and greet at the Puma store, at ICM store in Keja City Mall in Lagos. It's going to be an amazing one. Davido is going to be there. Live and direct to do meet and greet for his Puma franchise. But then it is not open to everyone. So there are like prerequisites of which you must be there. Number one, to be eligible, customers must have bought a ticket from the concert, a ticket to the concert on the 23rd of April, and at least one item from Puma and Davido collection. So if you want to be there, you are not just there because you want to go and look and snap pictures. You must first and foremost buy a ticket for Davido's show. And obviously, if you're going to get to the Puma store, you must at least buy one of Davido's collection. Number two, please note that a limited number of attendees will get their items signed on that day. So if you, in case you're there, don't think you just automatically get a share and Davido will sign it. Say they are limited. Not everybody will get that privilege. Some persons might not get that privilege. Number three, please bring your concert ticket confirmation. Number four, please bring your purchased item from Puma and Davido collection for or a confirmation of purchase. And number five, please bring a valid ID. So the video is saying if you want to be there, Puma they're saying if you want to be there, these are all five conditions you must meet before you can be granted access to the concert. Anyways, moving on, we saw K1 the ultimate legendary K1 the ultimate. Like we all grew up listening to this man, but then we saw where he came out to. He has a new album coming out. We saw where K1, funnily, some persons they really didn't take it lightly, and then he named his new album Timeless. Like why? Like the fact that you're a legend, yeah, but then why? Why would you do this? Yeah. And then funny how this one had like a lot of stuff because Timeless is Davido thingy. If you ever know Davido project is Timeless. And two, he had like a political ambience in between, if you know what I'm talking about. And then that's supporting a particular political structure and all of that. And people were like, you know what? It's even bad enough you're using Timeless to copy Davido's project. What is even worse is the fact that you are using another political structure, another political entity that a lot of persons really don't really like that. And you're like, why are you doing all of this? Is it for clout? What exactly are you aiming to gain from this? Like if I do say, what's the point? Like to what end are you doing all of this one? But K1 has done that, say this project is called Timeless, and then in no time that one also will be released. Maybe or maybe not. Davido would send him a letter or approach him or something. Let's see what that have to do after now. Moving on, we have Burna Boy on the news. We saw where Burna Boy on the low enters the Billboard US Afrobeat song chart at 42. It peaked at 21 and has spent 55 weeks on the chart. Amazing one for Burna Boy. We saw Burna Boy World Album chart. Burna Boy Love Damini added plus one, making him from 12 to 11, and then it has spent 41 weeks on the chart. We saw Burna Boy joins Rema as the only African artist to ever appear on the Billboard Indian Song Chart. Burna Boy becomes the first African artist to reach number one on that chart. Amazing one. We saw Mera Nab, which has Burna Boy needs. I think for Burna Boy, yeah, was very, very strategic on this project because in new Indian folks have numbers, they have streaming numbers, they have population numbers. So he wanted to just jump on that advantage and make good use of it. And trust me, he is doing every bit of that. That video has surpassed 30 million views at the moment in less than 1 week or let's say 2 weeks, less than a week or 2 week videos. So passing 30 million views is really an amazing one. We saw Mary by Burna Boy debut at number one on YouTube weekly chart in 5 countries: Canada, India, New Zealand, UAE, and obviously Bahrain. Amazing one for Burna Boy. We saw at the moment the top African artist with the highest reported revenue per single show. Burna Boy tops that one. We have a list of top 10, and it's surprising to see that Burna Boy occupies more than five. Obviously, I have Burna Boy number one, Burna Boy number two, Burna Boy number three, Burna Boy number four, Burna Boy number seven, Burna Boy number nine. That's about six. Yeah, leaving four to Whiskey, Tiwa Savage. Okay, Burna Boy occupies seven. Yeah, occupies seven, and leaving three to Whiskey, and Tiwa Savage. I'll give you a breakdown. Number one is Burna Boy at the MSG. The revenue was about $1.5 million plus. Tickets sold were about 13,586. Burna Boy Zigodome ticket revenue was about $1.5 million plus. Tickets sold was 17,000 tickets. Burna Boy at the Capital One Capital One Arena, Washington DC. Revenue was $1.4 million. Tickets sold were 14,688. And Burna Boy at the O2 London ticket revenue was 1.3 million. Tickets sold were 15,165. Whiskey at the MSG revenue was $1 million plus. Tickets sold was 12,901. Whiskey at the O2 Arena London revenue is about 958,000 plus, and tickets sold were more 16,938. We have Whiskey back on number seven with State Farm Arena with 905,000 plus in US dollars though. And the tickets sold with 12,753. Burna Boy with the additional financial arena AFA Orlando revenue was 636,000 US dollars plus. Tickets sold were 7,137. Burna Boy at the Three Arena Dublin revenue was 378,000 US dollars plus, and tickets sold were 7,504. And Tiwa Savage occupied number 10 at the O2 Academy Bristol with revenue at 344,500 and tickets sold at 5,300. The question is, where is Davido? We all know that Davido did the O2 even after Wizkid has done his own, and it was a sold out concert. So why is Davido not in this list? Anyways, I'm sure they knew what they were doing. Maybe more lists will be uploaded after now. When that happens, trust us to give you updates about that one. We saw Nick Piaget coming out to say to give us like a very big claim. In his word, he said he said, someone reached out to say, Nappy, let's go listen to my new album talking about Burna Boy. Then he said, 2 hours later, still nodding my head, saying fire all the time. Burna Boy coming with that chimney door, I want you all. So he is actually giving us hints that Burna Boy has his album ready, and then 2 hours into the project, he is still shaking his head saying, there's fire, fire, fire. So obviously, it's a sign that Burna Boy is set to give us another project again. Will it happen this year or next year? We don't know, but let's see what happens in coming days. For Burna Boy, we're sure that when he drops a project, it's always a banger. We have Rema as the last guy on the news. So sorry, Rema spending 15 weeks at the top at the Indian music industry, IMI, and then it became the longest running number one song in the history of the IMI industry, and then he tied that one. Amazing one for Burna Boy. I mean, for Rema, doing good for himself. So Rema picking at number six on the Billboard, the USA Billboard charts. Amazing one. From the growth of this song has just shown that Afrobeat is really the next big deal. Coming a week from now, next week, maybe this one might get number five, number four. And I said when you get number five, I'll give up. I'll just say this one can get number one because it's a very, very big one for them. At the time. So for the Afrobeat chart of the Billboard, Rema has been there for 33 weeks and became the longest running number one song in the history of Afrobeat charts. 32 last week, that was a record. This time it broke his own record again to be 33 weeks, and then that's a very magnificent one for Rema. We saw Rema come out to announce to us that in the month of May he's going to be doing the Indian tour in the month of May. We've seen people do the American tour, the North American tour, places like that. But then the Indian tour, this is like the first I'm hearing stuff like this. What are you going to do in Indian? But then, if you think about it the other way, you see Rema spending 50 weeks at the top in the Indian. So obviously, this chat have made him say, you know what, let me just go and give these fans a bit of what they want from me. And then he didn't just stop there. He said Jerusalem tour also in the month of May. I'm going to be doing both India and Jerusalem in the month of May. So amazing one. And then we're waiting to see what Rema has to offer for these amazing guys. I told you guys about Jerusalem yesterday. I used to think they were they were I have a thoughts about them, but in our reactions, trust us, we'll give you updates more updates about that. Just join us in our reaction topic on this particular one. We saw Rema announcing that the world tour announcements would soon begin. And so it just makes you ask questions as what have you been doing all along? We've seen Rema go to different places, we've been in the UK, France, all of that. So in all of this time you've been traveling, what have you been doing? So imagine if you're not saying how to commence my water properly. Trust me, 2023 is going to be a lockdown for Rema because he really has what it takes to make sure he holds this year on a spree. Amazing one for Rema. Doing good for himself. So Rema calmed down, be certified two platinum in Spain with the sales of over 120,000 units. Amazing one for Rema. And then obviously the big one for Rema is the fact that Rema calmed down, both the main song and the remix cumulatively rather has made about 1 billion career stream on Spotify. 1 billion. Just a particular song. Though I'm looking at in two different spheres. We have a remix to it, then we have the main song. But then together they've made about 1 billion cumulative streams on Spotify. Big one, big one, big one for them. It might not seem big to you, but if you know what billion is, you know it's a big deal. Not many artists, not I repeat, not many artists get to have a billion stream. But Rema is a big one, and we say congratulations to Rema on that one. Anyway, guys, we've come to the end of this amazing long news, and yes, we can't wait to catch you guys in the reactions coming after now. Guys, stay tuned and obviously join our reaction. Take care of yourself.